Hello, I'm Deirdre Callanan, and on behalf of the University of Colorado School of Dental Medicine, I want to thank you for volunteering for the upcoming poverty simulation. This brief slideshow will orient you to the simulation and provide guidance to the role that you will be assuming as someone representing a community resource. This poverty simulation will take place on the Anschutz Medical Campus. The date, time, and location are provided in the email along with this presentation. The participants will be first-year dental students. As you may know, in the U.S., low income has been identified as a social determinant of poor oral health status across all cohorts. The goal of our simulation is to help dental students understand the barriers and frustrations of accessing dental care and maintaining optimal oral health for those with vastly limited resources. We hope to make the students more understanding, mindful, respectful, and compassionate towards patients that they will be treating during dental school, while they're out in the community or in the school clinics, and while they were a practicing dentist. During the simulation, students will be randomly assigned a role to play as a member of a low-income family. They receive a packet which describes the family, its individual members, sources of income, the monthly bills that need to be paid, and other resources that the family needs to survive. At various tables around the room are volunteers acting as community resources that can provide assistance for the families. The task of each family is to provide food, shelter, and the basic necessities for 4 15-minute weeks, representing a month in the life of a family. The total time designated for this exercise is approximately 3 hours. The first hour is devoted to preparing the students for the simulation, orienting them to the experience. The actual simulation occurs during the second hour, and it is during this time that they will need to buy food, keep a roof over their heads, and get their basic necessities that they need to survive. During the last hour, a debriefing session will be held. As you enter the room, you will find that the parameter is outlined with various tables that make up the community resources. This is where you're going to be sitting. In the center of the room are the family groups. Each cluster of chairs represent a family home. The family groups vary. They range from single parents trying to get care for their children, newly unemployed folks, homeless individuals, seniors living on Social Security, grandparents raising their grandchildren, along with other scenarios. Each student is assigned a role of a specific family member and given a name tag. This is an example of a family profile that the students are given. From this profile, they will learn about other family members, where they live, their income, budget, and resources. Before the simulation begins, everyone will be given time to review their roles. You, the community resource player, represent agencies and organizations that are available to assist and provide help to families. Some of the tables have more than one person providing services. A successful simulation depends on your role. Each of you will be provided information on your specific role, a realistic portrayal. It's important to understand that the simulation is not a game. Some of the volunteers are faculty, staff, and students, and are reminded that even though you may know the student participants, you are asked to stay within the knowledge of your role. The morning of the simulation, there will be facilitators to help you review your responsibilities. There are a variety of roles. Your specific role will be sent to you prior to the day of the simulation. Once at the simulation, look for your table and begin reviewing your packet. I will go over a few roles to give you an idea of what they look like. For instance, there is a community action agency that gives out vouchers for food, utilities, and preschool. There's a supermarket that sells groceries and prescriptions. There's a bank where people can cash their checks, and they give out and collect on loans. There's a juvenile hall which holds children who have been found wandering around the simulation site without their parent or guardian accompanying them. There's also a Department of Social Services where people get assigned to caseworkers and where they can get assistance for applying for cash benefits and other needs. There's also a mortgage company that collects payments, taxes, and rent. There's a police department that protects families from illegal eviction and theft, an interfaith service where people can get emergency, shelter, and vouchers. Children, of course, need to go to school during the simulation, so there's a public school and a child care center. Adults who have jobs will go to work, and there is a community health center that provides patient care. Other resources include a pawn shop, a utility company, and quick cash operator. Here are a few tips. The most important one is that the role you play be as realistic as possible. If you have experienced poverty, you know that humanization occurs, and you know that there's kindness, caring, and honesty among those living with low income. Try to incorporate that into your persona. I want to emphasize this is not a game. It's important for you to help the participants understand some of the reality of what it's like living in poverty. There is no right way or wrong way to act out your role, and participants will get frustrated, but just continue to act out your role as true as you can. When the simulation is over, there will be a debriefing. This can be the most impactful part of the entire simulation. The reflection that occurs, the comments that the students make, as well as the comments that you make, give emphasis to the simulation and can be very powerful. Sometimes the debriefing is where a lot of learning actually happens, and you are all welcome to take part and share your experiences. I hope that this presentation provides some background information. We thank you for volunteering your time during this simulation. If you have any questions, please contact me. We're really looking forward to seeing you at the simulation. Thank you so much.